I'm excited, honestly.
Is this the intro to the show? Saying that we're really doing it and that we're excited?
If we want it to be, dude.
What's the name of the show? We don't really know
We
yet.
haven't decided yet. We're tossing around. We're kicking around a couple of fun ideas, I think.
Maybe by the time it comes out, we'll have a name. Maybe.
Listen, like the great George Michael once said, you have to have faith.
Was he the first person to say that, you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not going to back source the quote all the way to like the book of Genesis or anything, but I'm sure that it's an original piece of art from him. So yeah, that's John.
Yep, I'm John.
Mitch.
I'm Mitch. We've had a podcast before.
Yeah, a couple of them actually. And I don't really think of them all as separate. I feel like they all sort of have led up to each one as we've experimented.
Right. Started with Beasty Boys, regular Beasty Boys, and then we had our podcast. What was it called?
Cryptid Nuggets.
Wow, thank you. I really totally forgot.
That's all right. That's
terrible.
All right.
It's been too long since we've last done it.
Yeah.
Since what, last July, I think?
Yeah, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, I want to say, June or July. I need to put the defrosters on. Mitch is heating up the joint. So obviously it's early in the morning, we're driving to work, the lighting isn't good. Mitch has like a nice auxiliary light that he's gonna use sometimes. I think it makes him look like Sven Gulli.
Like this.
Ooh, spooky. Yeah, it's really spooky. Also, you're fogging up the joint.
Well,
I think it's both of us, just our energy.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've been doing meditation lately.
Oh.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So I've been doing meditation lately. I've been dabbling in a lot of different, I guess we'll say esoteric, for lack of a better word.
Esoteric what?
Well, just daily practices.
I thought you were gonna say pseudoscience.
Well, I mean, it is, I guess, technically a pseudoscience if you were to look at it as a, you know, scientific lens. But yeah, I've been doing daily meditations, real short ones too. Just only like 3
seconds.
No, not that. Not that short.
Really short.
No, doing like, you know, between 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And I found that, honestly, it's sort of, it is magical in a way, because just the way that it gets you to relax.
When do you do it? In the night, in the morning?
Usually in the afternoon, although actually sometimes...
The one thing I didn't say.
Yeah, sometimes though, you go to work and you know how I show up to work super early and no one's there. Sometimes I actually do it in the morning before work.
Oh, you meditate at work?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Am I screwing up your plan by picking you up?
A little bit, but I was...
fuck. What the fuck?
That's
Show's
all right.
off to a great start.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, usually Mitch is usually the first one at work, and sometimes I'm the second, and he's in there listening to Eurobeat. Little did I know, he was actually meditating to Eurobeat. Wow. Okay.
It is. What can I say? It soothes me, that music. But yeah, I forgot why I brought up meditating and where I was going with that. But yeah, so I've been doing some daily meditation exercises, and I mean, so far I feel like it's been working great.
Mindfulness.
Yeah, that's
important.
A great way it's a great way to look at
Mindfulness
it.
is important. Yeah, I do a lot of yoga. I meditate every morning. It's only 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but it works.
Yeah,
helps me get centered.
You know, it's so interesting because the Mitch 10 years ago would have been like meditating. Please. Right. But I don't know. I guess as I've aged and I've turned into an older and wiser individual.
You're evolving.
In a way, yes. I guess I'm more open to these sort of things I would have thought were goofy 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, previous podcasts, Beasty Boys, Cryptid Nuggets, and now we were like, we want to do something. How can we make our time worthwhile?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we work together frequently, and you pretty much live on my way to work.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let's pick each other up, and we'll, you know, some of my comedy heroes are those two Sonic guys.
Oh, okay.
You know those guys who sit in the car and eat Sonic?
Yeah.
I love the idea of like a driving podcast. / video thing. I mean, I guess you'll be able to watch this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Will we put it up as audio? I guess we could.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
We'll see what the audio sounds like.
What did you get up to this weekend? Did you make any food?
Actually, yes I did. So, I made a buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, for yourself, for the fam?
No, so it was my cousin's husband's birthday this weekend.
So Italian of you.
Yeah.
Cousin's husband.
My cousin Vinny, actually.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah. He's not a lawyer though. He's an eye doctor.
Right,
Great guy. But we had like just a little get together. They sent the kids to the grandparents' house for the night. Right?
Oh, one of those. That's good.
Yeah. So it was a little get together because we all used to play.
I like how the other generations are just shut out. Kids, you don't get to celebrate. Grandparents, you don't get to celebrate. This is just about us.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the people that were there, we used to have like a board game / tabletop game group that we all played together for many years, right? And then eventually, people have kids, they get busy. Yeah. It is what it is. But
life happens. You start meditating too much.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, long story short to this is I made a buffalo chicken dip, which came out phenomenal. And I wanted to segue this into. I have people tell me all the time that I'm such a great cook.
What do you mean all the time?
Like literally all the time.
Wow.
Like I'm not trying to brag.
Everything you make.
Everything I make, apparently, right? But
actually, I feel like what I know about you, you're always trying to do the opposite of brag. Put yourself down.
Yeah. But it's when it comes to a buffalo chicken dip itself, right? The idea of being a good cook because you made a good buffalo chicken dip.
It's a preparation.
I mean, yeah, but
walk
the
me through
ingredients are doing all the work, right?
Walk me through the steps, and I will judge how. Let's say how maybe the difficulty level.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
Because I also sort of cheated. I didn't even cook the chicken.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So you're not fucking cook. You're not a cook. This doesn't. Not to say you're not a cook. In this instance, you're. This is a line cook type of thing. This is a preparation.
I bought to save time. I bought because I had to make a big dip because there was going to be a lot of people.
Yeah.
I bought a rotisserie chicken.
Oh, great.
Right, which
a great move.
Which took honestly way longer than it should have to peel the skin off, shred all the chicken.
Yeah, sure.
I was halfway through it and I was like, honestly, I probably should have just bought a couple of fucking chicken breasts and cooked them that way.
How would you do that? Would you just do the breasts and like shred them up, put them in an Instant Pot or something?
Yeah, I think what I would do is I would sort of like blanch them.
Yep.
Right?
You're still Svengoolie yourself over there? You are, huh? I didn't realize it. Okay, sorry, yeah.
I'm just trying to keep light on both of us.
You're gonna blanch them first?
Well, maybe blanch them or at the very least cook them, right? Because
well, you need to cook them.
Yeah.
To serve them, Mitch.
Well, yeah, no, well,
every good chef knows.
But you cook the dip in the oven too.
Oh.
Right. So after you have the chicken all shredded up, right? In a big bowl, I mixed together some cream cheese.
Oh.
Some ranch dressing.
Oh.
Some blue cheese dressing.
Holy shit, sounds fucking delectable.
Some shredded cheddar cheese and shredded Monterey Jack.
Wow.
And of course some Frank's buffalo sauce.
Hope no one in your house is lactose intolerant.
No, thankfully.
That comes with those good strong Italian genes.
Yeah.
We love it a cheese.
So yeah, and then you mix
I'm
the
half
chicken
Italian,
in.
so I can say that.
Oh, I also sauteed some onions and some garlic in like a frying pan. But that's like the easiest thing in the world.
I know, but still, that goes a long way. You know what I mean?
You're
making a soup, you do a little bit of caramelization onion first.
Yeah.
To give you that, it really adds that savory umami base.
Oh no, I certainly agree with that. But I'm just saying, in terms of on the level of, like we said, some guy cooking in the kitchen, the Gordon Ramsay, I'm not exactly near the top there. Right. With the techniques that I'm doing. But so after you have that all together and you got it all mixed together, I put it into a foil baking sheet.
Okay.
And
like a pan.
Basically.
Like
the kind that you would. Yeah, like the kind you would get it for a small turkey or a small chicken or whatever, right? Yeah. And cover the top with some more cheese. And I chopped some scallions, put those on top. And I just put it in the oven at 400 for 30 minutes or so. Let it cook.
All right.
Yeah.
And then are you mixing? Is there a big mixing after?
No, because it's almost like a casserole.
Yeah,
really,
okay.
Where a crust forms on top with all the melted cheese.
And the cheeses are now permeating each other.
Yeah, because there's cheese mixed into the the base of the dip,
right,
and then you cover the top with cheese, and the cheese almost like insulates it. It keeps it warm too. So yeah, and you know,
sounds great. What are you dipping in it?
Usually just like Tostitos or something like that.
Yep.
I mean, you could dip, I guess, anything into it that would pair with buffalo chicken dip. Like you could do like celery, right? Any type of veggie that would go good with something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made that this weekend, and like I said, it was a hit, and everybody loved it. Which don't get me wrong, I'm happy that everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But they were all saying like, "Wow, Mitch, you're such a great cook," and the idea that like I'm a great cook because I made a really simple dip is, I don't know, it's interesting to me.
Well, I mean, like I said before, you're not really one to give yourself too much credit.
Yeah.
But I mean, that obviously took time and effort.
Oh, it did.
It wasn't like, you know, actually that seemed to be more involved than I thought you were gonna say. Wow, that sounds great. So it was a hit. Yeah. What else did you have at this get together? Anything?
Yeah, a lot of stuff actually. My cousin's wife. Well, actually, my cousin, who is her husband's wife, right?
Yeah.
Right, because I'm trying to keep we're all family, not in the creepy way.
Not in like what, like the cult way?
You know, not in like the Game of Thrones way.
Oh, yeah,
right. Okay. We're all family.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But she is very much like really into, for lack of a better term, I'm gonna call it the whole Martha Stewart thing.
Oh, okay.
Like she loves to put out like tons of food,
homemaking in a way. Great host.
Yeah, exactly. Like a charcuterie board that looks like really pretty.
Nice, love
right?
That. Yeah.
You know, we had tacos too. She put together like a whole taco spread.
Now, are you making the tacos like, you know, you're getting like we would have at work? Like
like a buffet type of style. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, there was tacos. There was, you know, some chopped vegetables. There was what else was there? Salad.
And are you like, so there's chopped vegetables?
Yeah,
are you dunking
crudite thing.
Crudite?
Crudite, that's the one.
Crudite sounds like a Luddite who's never heard about a charcuterie board before. A crudite. Yeah. Well, we're pulling into work. I guess we don't need to go in right away. Part of doing this first episode is figuring out how we're going to do these episodes.
Like logistics and all that sort of stuff,
you know,
too.
There's Jim, the wonderful security guard. Do we need to bleep out his name? I think it's fine just to say Jim. That's a common enough name. Yeah. We work with someone named Jim, too. He's going to be like, what are these two chuckleheads doing out in their car? But maybe he doesn't know there's two of us. I don't know. I just unbuckled out of habit. We don't need to leave. I think the lighting got a little bit better.
Yeah, well, is that mostly, I think it's most of the work from my flashlight here.
Nice. So, you know, we do work in production, and we were joking with one of our coworkers. We're talking to him, Jim, the other Jim. And he was like, don't ask Neil, because he's gonna want to like DP the hell out of it. Neil would suggest us putting like light mats up here. Yeah. So we're gonna show him the first episode, and he's gonna give us notes. But let's be honest, it's a free podcast.
Oh no, I hear you. Well,
YouTube
honestly
show.
Though, if I'm gonna be holding a flashlight like this the whole time, I might want to get a grip to set me up an armrest.
Yeah, let's do. Yeah. Well, I don't think it'll be this dark every time.
Yeah,
even on the drive home, even if it's still raining, it shouldn't be as bad.
Yeah.
You know?
It just happens to be a super rainy day, and it's early in the morning.
An early call time, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. But we're both hitting.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a food story to share with you, I think, on the way home.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to that.
What we made over the weekend. So, yeah, I guess I'll just tease a little bit. We'll come back. There'll be a break in the show.
Yeah.
But for us, it'll be like a 10-hour workday.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, maybe sometimes... I don't know if like taking the camera into work probably isn't appropriate. We're really not like supposed to do that. You know? But it would be fun because we like sit around a table and stuff. But it is now 10 of. We should get inside.
Yeah, I agree.
I can make my coffee. Mitch is usually at work like at like 6:25. So I wonder if he's anxious.
I am incredibly anxious.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're friends right now. When we start work in 16 minutes, I am Mitch's boss. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if Mitch is 5 minutes late. So his anxiety can just fucking relax. No one's gonna really care. But yeah, we're doing it. We're gonna take a break, aka go to work. And more of this later. Thanks.
and that's the way I personally would like it, honestly.
You wanted me to be in control?
Yeah, I feel more comfortable, honestly.
I love a little control. I'm a bit of a control freak.
That's all right. It's one of your more redeeming qualities.
Oh, thanks. Maybe one episode we can reveal my irredeemable qualities.
I don't know if we have enough time.
Okay. All right.
I'm only messing.
Enough out of you.
I'm only messing.
All right, we're back. We worked on Product Redacted.
Yeah, it was fun.
For Company Redacted.
Exactly.
Did we say?
I don't know
Before?
if we...
Okay.
I can't remember.
That's fine.
I can't remember what we did 2 hours ago.
Oh.
That's a lie. I do remember what we did 2 hours ago.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I believe that we left off on a cliffhanger where you were going to regale me about your meal the other day.
So not to date the podcast too much, but today is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
And yesterday we made Reubens at home.
Oh, very nice.
You ever make a Reuben at home?
I've never made a Reuben so I am unfortunately the only person in my household that likes corned beef.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know. So I never really have it.
But would you say are cured meats are, not that out of the realm
No, cured meats
right?
are quite common, I would say, in my household. Like as full-blooded Italians, we love our salted deli meats.
Yeah, of course.
The corned beef.
Corned beef is not up that.
My father doesn't eat it. My mother doesn't eat it. My brother doesn't eat it. I'm the only one who likes it. So, I do love a nice Reuben though. Like going out somewhere. Yeah. And a Reuben's on a menu.
Well, that's the thing. We were gonna go out to Maven's Deli, which is like a great place in Providence.
Oh yeah.
But because it was the sort of holiday weekend, it was like, maybe we'll just make something at home.
Yeah.
And Jocelyn came home with a nice corned beef. She slapped it.
Oh.
She was like,
yeah.
It was fun. And then we made them at home with some deli swirl bread, and I think it's a top tier sandwich.
I agree.
A Reuben is a top tier sandwich.
Did you do the sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, yeah, everything. You gotta really do it right,
When it comes to corned beef, I love obviously like corned beef hash.
Yep.
Right, is great for breakfast.
Love corned beef hash.
Again, another thing I never get to have, but anytime I go out to breakfast and they got that on the menu, going for it immediately. But I also really like corned beef and cabbage.
I like corned beef and cabbage.
Like, I actually think it's delicious.
That's normally what we have this time of year.
Yeah.
Jocelyn will make it. It's nice, And I keep talking about how my wife cooks all my food for me. I don't cook it. No, I'm very much like a sous chef.
You'll prepare all the ingredients.
Yeah, I will cut things up. But
yeah.
My patience and attention isn't nearly as good as Jocelyn's. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have an aunt who is, she's like, basically, for lack of a better term, a cookaholic.
Oh,
she just loves to cook.
That's nice.
Right? It is pretty cool. But so this time of year, she usually makes just like this gigantic thing of like a corned beef and cabbage sort of like stew type thing with like potatoes and carrots and almost sort of like a beef stew almost, but it's more of like a, the corned beef and it's a little less of I guess it would have more of a soupy consistency.
Oh, all right.
But she usually makes like a gigantic thing for her, and she gives like everybody like a container full. So I'm actually wondering if I'm gonna be walking.
You're gonna walk into that.
If I'm gonna walk into that when I get home, because usually she does it around this time of year. But yeah, when it comes to this time of year, that is absolutely something I enjoy. But also, it's also right around the same time for us Italians is St. Joseph's Day.
Yes, did you have any Zeppola?
I did have a Zeppola. Actually, at the party that I told you about that I went to for my cousin, right? For desserts, there was a couple of them, right? And then,
couple of Zeppola or
a couple of Zeppolas.
No sfogliatelle.
No,
I had a lobster tail.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, like 5 days ago.
Oh wow, no,
So
we
good.
didn't have any of those, but we had some of those. We had some Zeppolas. We had some. Oh God, what else did we have? Oh, some cannoli.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got to leave the gun and take the cannoli.
Yeah, leave the gun.
It's just
Exactly.
fine Italian cuisine, but Yeah, so honestly, this time of year, great time of year for food.
Yeah.
Easter's right around the corner.
True.
Not necessarily a religious person, but Easter like dinner or Easter brunch or whatever, I love it.
What are you doing, a ham?
We usually do a ham.
Yeah.
And I love ham.
I love ham too.
I am not a big fan of the various birds in terms of like chickens.
Such a Mitch way to put that.
Yeah, of chickens.
The various birds.
Turkey.
Yeah. Like
for holiday dinners. Like I'm really not a huge Thanksgiving fan.
Okay.
But I do like duck though, and I think it's because duck has a bit more of an innate flavor.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Really
really savory. Sometimes like oily.
Yes, it's got that like gamey texture to it.
Yes.
Like I would actually, this is gonna sound silly at first, but when you think about it, I don't think it's wrong. I would compare duck and lamb as being a similar sort of thing.
I see that.
Right?
Yeah.
They both sort of have that like gamey type of flavor.
Yep.
A very savory sort of, and they tend to be very oily too.
Yeah. Oily is some of the best duck I've ever had is actually in a city that you and I have been to together.
Oh yeah?
Portland, Maine.
Oh yeah?
There's a place called Duck Fat. They make a great duck confit.
Oh,
I don't speak French.
That's all right. I don't know what that
really
is,
good.
but honestly, I'd try it. I'm one of those people where I'm down to try almost any type of food.
Yeah.
Like just recently in North Providence, a new Chinese restaurant opened up. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right where Best Eastern used to be. But basically, that was a great way to, very Rhode Island way to describe it.
Where Best Eastern used to be.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the same as Best Western, or are you?
No.
That's a different thing.
Different thing. But anyway, the point of the story is.
Wait, is Best Eastern like an Asian restaurant?
Yeah, it was.
East. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, I went to school with the kid whose family owned it.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Cool.
But anyway, to cut a long story short, this new place is
I got a
sort
couple
of
of questions for you before we drop
half
you off
authentic, half like American stuff.
American.
And on the menu, they have spicy bullfrog for $35. And here's the thing: is
there's bullfrogs in my backyard. Should we cash in?
Well, I was gonna say, first of all, that's not half a bad idea.
There's a whole pond in my backyard.
Yeah, maybe we should just get the recipe and make it ourselves.
We should go frogging for an episode.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not? Because I was here, like I would love to try that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to spend $35 on a dish I'm not sure if I'm gonna like.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right? But if I could get like 7 people to split a spicy bullfrog with me, that's only like, $4 or $5 a person.
Right.
Yeah, I love trying.
So in the future, we'll make our own bullfrog.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to drop you off in about 5 minutes or so, and there was a conversation you were having at work that I was not involved in that I want to ask you about.
Okay.
And you guys were talking about tiered pizza. Right?
Oh, pizza tiers. Okay.
Yeah, pizza tiers. But was it local New England chains? Here's
the thing is I came up on the spot with this concept of the big 4 of fast food pizza.
Now, nationwide.
Just in general, I wasn't even really thinking on that scale. And also, I think this partially comes from ignorance, because one of the ones including the big 4, is a local thing that I didn't even know was a local thing. No. All
right, let's go over them. What do you got? So you got Domino's?
So Domino's.
Yep.
Pizza Hut.
Yep.
Papa John's.
Okay.
And Papa Gino's.
Yeah, Papa Gino's is not the big 4. Maybe locally.
To me, it is. They're like the Anthrax of the big 4.
Okay.
Right? I was comparing it to like the big 4 of thrash metal bands.
Thrash metal, yeah.
Like
Metallica, Megadeth.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Slayer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Domino's is the Metallica.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's fine. Right. Pizza Hut is I would say the Slayer.
Oh, okay.
Because it's sort of an acquired taste.
Right. I've always been more of a Slayer fan myself.
Yeah.
Now you're more of an Anthrax fan.
Yeah, Anthrax is my favorite, hence why it's Papa Gino's. Right. And then I would put Papa John's as the Megadeth, in the sense that it's sort of genius in a way.
Yep.
But never achieved the same success.
Yeah, okay, so I would more, because Papa John's is affiliated with a real piece of shit, and so is Metallica, that would be my one.
Okay, all right, that's fair, that's fair.
But let's replace Papa Gino's.
Okay.
With a nationwide chain.
Okay.
What's your initial inclination?
Well,
Because I'd say Little Caesars.
That's what I was gonna do. Little
I'd say
Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars hot and ready pizza.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. That ain't good quality, so I wouldn't put that anywhere. That's like the next level down. That's like
Yeah, because
trying to list Death Angel in the Big Four.
So niche. Papa Gino's is good. Papa
Yes.
Gino's is good. Little Caesars is fine, but it is a different price point.
Yes.
In all of that regard. Okay. All right. Nice. I like this. I like this tier system.
I'm a big fan of tier lists.
What about the top 4 in fast food in general? Do you got a top 4?
So I don't eat a lot of fast food. I'm very picky when it comes to fast food. Like I only rarely eat Wendy's.
Yep.
And even then, I'm very particular. I only get a spicy chicken,
Yep,
or
that's
a
the
regular
best
or a regular
item on the
chicken,
menu.
and I only get it with lettuce only.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, I don't really like tomato on a sandwich.
Yeah, you know, when I was a little kid, I used to get terrible migraines, and the smell of like McDonald's or Burger King used to like destroy me.
Wow.
Like it set me off, giving me a terrible migraine, like the kind of like you get a migraine and you like throw up, and like I had those. Yeah, no, it was rough. I thankfully grew out of it, but like I think that's just so imprinted on me from being a kid that like I have zero interest in eating McDonald's, zero interest in eating Burger King. I used to eat Taco Bell a lot when I was younger, but I kind of have moved away from it as I've, you know, around here we have like Bajas instead. Or even like a Chipotle. Like I'd rather go to those because it's a bit nicer quality.
Taco Bell's kind of its own food.
Yeah, I would say so.
You know, we talked about Americanized Chinese food. Taco Bell is like its own. It's like different than Mexican. Yeah. You know? But I would agree.
I would agree for sure.
Yeah, McDonald's. It's interesting because I guess like there's so many different. When you think of like burger chains, you think Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, and then what else?
Yeah, well, there's. I mean, I don't really eat any of them, but like, what does Dairy Queen even serve? Do they have burgers?
Blizzards. No. So there's 2 different types of Dairy Queens. There's the Dairy Queen, there's the Grill and Chill, which will have like grilled items. Okay. And then there's just like the ice cream shops. Okay. Which you would just get like a Blizzard at. Yeah. But at the Grill and Chill, you'd be able to get like maybe like a hot dog or like some chicken fingers or something. Don't quote me on this, but it's not necessarily.
Speaking of chicken fingers. Yep. A place that I went to recently with my dad. Okay. Because I tend to go to shopping with him to BJ's a lot. Yep. And right around where the BJ's is in Johnston, there's this place called Raising Cane's. Dude, it's for a place that only serves chicken fingers. I know, it's pretty good. What a great place. It's pretty good. I agree. What a fantastic, delicious. Yeah. Good dipping sauces. Yeah, everything is cooked to order. Yep. So it's nice and fresh. Yep. For those who don't know, a squirrel just darted out in front of us. It did. And I've been driving around this neighborhood. Second one. Dude, the squirrels in this neighborhood.
I missed it.
Are suicidal.
I think it went under the car.
Dude, they are like, they want to die. I'm convinced of it. Okay. I've been, driving around this neighborhood, like just the other day, like 3 of them ran out in front of me. And I don't want to kill them, so I like slam on the brakes. Yeah, of course. Right? But it's nuts.
Wow. Suicidal
squirrels.
That's a good name for a punk band.
I could picture that.
Suicidal squirrel. It's kind of close to Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah. No, I like it though. Suicidal I said Suicidal Squirtles.
Ooh, that's even better.
I don't think Nintendo would allow that.
No.
You'd get a cease and desist pretty quick.
The Pokemon Company would be upset.
Yeah.
All right, what is this? This is the end of episode 1?
I think so.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself.
I like talking to you.
Oh, thanks.
More than I like working with you. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that was fun, and what do we think? We'll figure out some names, of course. Maybe plot holes and potholes. I really like that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
that's a really good one. Yeah. But yeah, this is sort of the pilot. If anyone wants to order us to series,
exactly.
You know where to find us.
I do parties.
Mitch does parties. he can make you buffalo chicken dip for your parties.
Exactly.
And entertain you at the party.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you for watching or for listening. We're shaking hands here. This is how we're going to end every episode with a nice handshake.
I think so. We'll do a different one every time. We'll come up with a secret handshake.
Oh, okay. We'll come up with a secret handshake.
Yeah.
Right, great. So till next time.
Sounds like a plan, man.
All right. Bye.